Welcome to the Laker Advantage Podcast, Insights and Sidebars with Dr. B. Well, Happy New Year, Dr. Josh Bullock. How's the new year treating you?
Kyle, so far the new year has been good outside of the bitter cold and the snow, which we come to expect here in Illinois in the winter. It's been a good start to the year.
And you had to make the decision to cancel the first day of class, too, so that was kind of nice.
We did unfortunately have to make that decision, and I'm guessing there were many students who were happy about that decision, and probably many staff as well.
Oh, I can attest to that. The staff were very thankful that we weren't here that first day. That was pretty rough.
But we always want people to be safe. That's the ultimate goal.
100%. Absolutely. And new year, new podcast. I think we have kind of a new initiative. We've been focusing on internal with Lakeland and its initiatives, but now I think this year we're going to be pushing out more towards to look at the partners that Lakeland has and how they impact the learning, the environment, and the culture of everybody's time here at Lakeland. And the first one we have this year, we're going to discuss with a very important partner and a very large partner, not just with Lakeland, but for Mattoon and the surrounding communities, and that is Rural King. Go ahead and introduce yourselves this morning.
Good morning. My name is Biana Owen, and I am over the Human Resources Department at Rural King, and I've been with the company for 12 years.
Good morning. My name is Amy Schaefer, and I oversee our foundation. So the RK Foundation for Rural America was established a few years ago, and we work on a lot of community endeavors. I began actually in human resources at Rural King, and still work with them quite frequently over the past 7 years.
Wonderful. And give us a little bit of a history of Rural King within the area, and then how they are partnering with Lakeland, how that gets started.
Absolutely. So, interesting question. I always love answering this question because many in the area don't realize the growth and the depth that Rural King has had. So Rural King was founded in Mattoon, Illinois in 1960, June 5th, 1960 to be exact. Two farmers from up near the Quad City area saw a need in this area for agricultural supplies. Many of the folks around here did not have access to get the supplies and products that they needed to manage their farms. And there came Rural King. So we actually celebrate 65 years this year, which is extremely exciting. We have remained a family-owned farm and home retailer. Alex Melvin and Megan Melvin are our owners. Alex is the great nephew of Kermit, who originally founded Rural King. So very special. We pride ourselves in having, many great employees in our community, but we also have 140 stores across 14 states. We will grow that by 10 this year, so we will be at 150 this year, serving rural communities all over the East and Southeast United States.
I know Rural King is more than just overalls and boots. So what other adventures does Rural King get into?
So yes, we do have many more products than just the boots. We support many different types of farmers, but rural communities as a whole. So everything from clothing, consumables, feed, pets, expansive list of product assortment that we have that kind of differentiates us from some of the other retailers. We also have always had the tradition of free popcorn and coffee when you walk into our stores. And we noticed during the COVID timeframe that when we unfortunately had to remove the popcorn, our customers did not appreciate it. So one of the biggest outcries we heard was, when does the popcorn come back? Beyond that, from a foundation standpoint, and I'll let Biana speak to more the people side of it, but from a foundation standpoint, we love Central Illinois, the Mattoon, Coles County area. And so one of the main missions of the foundation is home region development, and how do we continue to pour into this community to support organizations like Lakeland and the different businesses in our area, and continue to make it a place that people want to come and live, spend time with their family, and work at the great employers in the area.
And as far as those 140 stores, we think about those are 140 communities. It's friends, neighbors, family that we get to support. And if you go visit, your local Mattoon Rural King or your Charleston Rural King, or you go to Florida or North Carolina, Pennsylvania, some of our further out ones, you go into the store and you feel the community. And so we don't want to just be this sterile retailer. We want you to, when we walk in, you it brings you back to your childhood. It brings you back to the smell of popcorn, the smell of the coffee. And we've got, luckily, we're very fortunate to have just loyal customers. They come in, they know the names of our associates know the names of our customers. And so we've been able to really expand on that as we build out on our workforce, because we want to hire our customer. We want to hire people who are passionate about our products, our boots, our firearms, all of our products throughout the store. And so it's exciting to be able to continue to grow and just continue to have more communities like Mattoon that we can give back to.
And speaking of communities, we are a community college.
Yes.
And what kind of partnerships have you had with Lakeland in the past and then into the present?
Well, we definitely need you guys. We have been extremely appreciative of it. I remember the first time I met Josh, and I still remember the room that we were in, the conference room, just talking about how can Rural King lean in more and how can we support you guys. But in turn, you guys have been such an incredible partner, such an incredible blessing for us, because we've been able to, we've got an excellent recruiting team, we've got excellent training team within HR, and we also have just a building of 350 people here in Mattoon, and a lot of them has stories that start with Lakeland, or our recruiting team being able to connect with advisors and professors here and be able to just connect and say, okay, we've got a speaking engagement that we can come to, or a career fair, or we've partnered with resume building workshops, and then in turn, you guys giving back to us, all the connections that we've been able to make, we've been able to hire just top talent, people who are just, they've got the competencies we need, they have the skill set because Lakeland has prepared them for that. And so we love the partnerships, specific partnerships. We've also been part of the CDL. And so Rural King owns its own transportation company, which is a little bit unique in the retail world. Sometimes they don't actually own that, but we have over 100 CDL drivers, and we've been able to hire some of them from Lakeland. I'm trying to think, is there any other?
Just to bolt
Yes.
onto that, especially within the transportation field, excuse me, we've been able to build a dock-to-driver program. So those could be individuals that are working in our warehouse and see the great opportunity that there is within the transportation industry, and they can get their training through Lakeland to be able to become, enhance their career, and of course that comes with compensation benefits as well when you become a driver. So just having that partnership close to us that allows our folks to expand their career path is really exciting. Then last year in 2024, we launched our RK Scholarship Program, and we are so excited for this program. We were able to give out, I believe, 14 scholarships to Rural King associates or their dependents who attended Lakeland College, and we're so excited to continue the growth of that program and give more and more folks the opportunity to create a brighter educational future for themselves wherever that lands, whether traditional student, non-traditional student. We hope to help so many folks through that program in partnership with Lakeland.
And Dr. Bullock, what does it mean to have a partner like Rural King for Lakeland College?
It is amazing to have such committed community partners. And I want to take a step back, because when we talk about the Community Partners Program, it's really about those organizations that are vested in their community. And so when you hear Bianna and Amy talking about Rural King as a family, each store is its community, that they really invest in their community, I think that not only shows itself with what they have done to invest in Lakeland College and the partnership, but all the things they do to invest in their communities. I mean, you think about here in the Coles County community, Rural King was one of the drivers of the Emerald Acres Sports Complex or Sports Connection, and that was a significant economic driver for our region. It's going to create a lot of jobs, a lot of opportunity. It creates an environment that's more upscale for our community as a whole. It gives opportunities to those who are here to have exposure to many things. So to have community partners that don't just make statements about how they're engaged, but truly show it through their actions, that is so meaningful. And we've been proud to partner with the Rural King because they do. When Rural King commits, they commit wholeheartedly to the community. And that's really what being a member of a community is about. And that's, again, what our Community Partnership Program is about. It's about finding those who have the same belief that Lakeland College does, that working together we can make our community a better place to live and to work and hopefully to be educated as well.
And what kind of students is Rural King looking for coming out of Lakeland College?
Great question. All of them. The beauty of our store support center, and that's what we call our headquarters, the beauty of that is we have all the departments you could possibly think about. And so, just within the HR world, we've got recruiting and training. Those big drivers. And then also associate relations. But then you've got merchandising, we've got buyers, we've got procurement, information technology, developers, finance, accounting, literally just a lot of the degree programs that you guys have here, there's a direct correlation with we would love to have that skill set here. And many times, someone may go to college for one thing and then they get their foot in the door at Rural King and they realize I want to work in this department. And that's amazing. We have cross-training, we have shadowing where people are able to just get their foot in the door and switch departments if they want to, or really just develop and be a subject matter expert in their field. And so we are looking for, just individuals who want to grow with Rural King, who have that can-do, positive attitude, and we can teach them the rest.
And beyond just the farm and home retailer, what many people might not realize is that we also have a real estate company and construction within that real estate company. So there's opportunities for the trades within that as well. RK Real Estate and Development is really, responsible for Emerald Acres and the shops coming into town, and the new hotel that will go up soon. So it's not just the farm and home retailer. There's opportunities that might scale beyond that, or you may start as a buyer and say, real estate's my passion, or there's finance within those areas as well. So many different unique opportunities fall under the umbrella of the broader organization.
A lot of success stories of individuals who start off as a store associate and they think, I'm just going to work here part-time while I go to school or while I do this. And then they realize, you get retail in your blood and you see also the career path that you can have. And so it's been fun to see career journeys of individuals where they come in thinking they want a different career and then they start off part-time, then full-time, and then maybe store management, and then maybe they go into supply chain or distribution center or, any of the positions at store support. And so the beauty of it is endless. And so, Kyle, to answer your question, it really is endless. And so individuals who just can see what Rural King is about, we are a family. And retail's fun. It really is. And the fact that we are growing makes it even more fun. And so we need individuals who just have that, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and help this company be success type attitude.
And what's the quality of employees that come out of Lakeland?
Excellent, extremely. We should probably start tracking it better because I really do feel like not just the skill set that Lakeland prepares them for, the competencies, but also the soft skills, the business acumen, the executive presence, the presentation skills, just being a good human. I know, but honestly, our core values, it is around integrity and putting people first. And I feel like that aligns with what type of character Lakeland really focuses on. And we appreciate that partnership because you guys do give us really great people.
Thank you.
I think it also is a testament that, Lakeland is very involved in the community, as is Rural King. And so they kind of have that inherent want to develop in the community and stay in the area. And, we're going to be here for, God willing, a very long time. And so the passion for the community, we can always say we can teach the skills, but the attitude and the passion is something that we have to see to have new associates at our store support. Lakeland does a fantastic job bringing us those.
Yeah.
And Dr. Bullock, what does it mean for students to have an employer like Rural King ready to scoop them up as soon as they walk across that stage?
It means a lot because most students come to Lakeland College because they have a career trajectory. They know they are entering a field that they're passionate about. They want to know that they have some kind of a job waiting on the back end. What a great place to work. And I want to share a story because I think it speaks volumes about Rural King. And when you hear the stories about how their family and how it really is an amazing place to work and how well people interact and how fun retail is, it really struck me when I moved here 12 years ago, how many Saturday mornings I've been in Rural King, and the owner, Alex, is in there, and I'll see him at the popcorn, getting popcorn, and oftentimes with his children, getting popcorn to be in the store on a Saturday morning in flannel and jeans, and you think, that really is what family's about. That's what commitment to your community is about, where the CEO and owner of the organization is there and engaged at the same level as everybody else, so that you truly treat each other as a family. And that I think speaks volumes to the integrity of the organization. And when they speak about family, that they mean family. And so when our students look at working at Rural King, when they leave, they know they're going to a good organization, and they know that they're going to be able to take the training that they've received at Lakeland College and make a difference.
And you'd mentioned that there's scholarship opportunities that Rural King offers. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so this program will continue to develop over the years. We just had our first year, and ultimately what we're trying to do is encourage our workforce or the parents that are loyal Rural King employees to be able to financially assist them with the student or the family's ability to go to college. And so we offer up to 25 scholarships annually, and like I said, over time that may change. We may shift when we find out what works, what doesn't work. But at this time, there's one student in particular I think of, and she's a Lakeland scholarship recipient this year, and she already has plans to move on to Eastern, where we also offer scholarships. And she works at our store support center right now, as does her mom. And it's just really special to see that and the gratefulness that comes from those students to be able to have a job, also get their education, feel invested in, and it bridges a loyalty there as well. They understand that we want to support them through this journey and see how our worlds combine over time. So we're really looking forward. We hope to fill all 25 scholarships this year and have some great stories to tell.
And what does the future look like between the partnership between Rural King and Lakeland College?
I think it's endless. I'll let you talk to this. That's the word of the day, I think. But there's so many things, even just this morning as we heard some speakers from Lakeland about career trajectory that's possible with a deeper commitment. I think there's so many opportunities that are still untapped even after all these years of partnership.
Mm-hmm. And I think that, as one of our values is continuous improvement, and as I was listening to some of the speakers in this morning's breakfast, I was thinking, we can lean in so much more on more speaking engagements or real life examples or anything that we can do, because I know part of what Lakeland wants to do is you guys are setting people up for success. You're not just checking the box and saying, yes, you passed this test and yes, we can give you this degree. You want them to be successful. And so for us, we want them to be successful as well. And, selfishly, we want them to come to Rural King, but we also, just because it's the community, we also want them just to be happy. And if we can be part of their career or part of that journey, even if they don't stay at Rural King long term, we just want to be part of making people better in this community. So I think we can keep leaning in and keeping that partnership strong.
Absolutely.
Any final thoughts, Dr. Bullock?
No, again, we're just so proud to have a partnership with Rural King and so proud of your success in being committed to our community. Truly being a community member and investing in your employees, investing in the community in the way you are. Thank you for doing that, because rural communities need organizations to prop them up. And you've absolutely done that as an organization, so thank you. And as I think about this time of year, Kyle, being January, it's cold. Do you know where you go to find information on things that you can do in January?
No.
Well, you would open up on your computer the Winternet.
Man.
And there it is.
And there it is.
Why do you embarrass me in front of guests like this?
I can't help it, Kyle.
Oh, man. You're lucky you're my boss. Do we have any last-minute thoughts from our guests today?
I will add that Rural King really loves the frigid temperatures. Our customers love to come shop our stores in need of their snow items. But eternally just really grateful for Lakeland and all you do in the community. Excited for our partnership to continue to grow and get amazing students that come out workforce ready for us.
We appreciate you guys. You can learn more about us. RuralKing.com is our store website, and then RK Talent. You can see our career opportunities and then learn more about the scholarship program.
Well, thank you for joining us. You've been listening to the Laker Advantage podcast, Insights and Sidebars with Dr. B.